Hi everyone, it's Longboy R8237. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the flywheel brake on a Longboy that has the DuraForce engine. One thing I would like to say is this is not the same procedure for the DuraForce engines with the electric start. They have a totally different style of brake system, but like any of the commercial kind and any of them with just a pull start and no electric start, you'll be able to replace the brake pad. And the reason I'm replacing the brake pad on mine is, well, it fell off. One day while I was just cutting the grass, all of a sudden I heard like a thunk and I thought I ran over a rock. And then whenever I was done cutting the grass, I let go of the bail hander and a terrible metal screech happened. Then I looked under and sure enough my brake pad was missing. If I would have had the brake pad, I probably would have tried to epoxy it back on, but instead I have a new one. And today I'm going to show you how to replace it. Stay tuned. To start out with, the first thing I'm going to do is remove these 3 screws that hold the shroud on to the top of the engine. After I have the 3 screws removed, set them aside. Then grab your primer ball and it will pop out like that. And just try to, and just gently just pull off the hose and set your primer bulb aside. You can let the hose fall through. Then unscrew your fuel cap. Pick up the whole entire shroud and slide it back. And then just screw back on your fuel cap to prevent any accidental fuel from spilling. If you're facing the front of your mower on your left hand side, come down and right in here is the pivoting zone starting brake. What this apparatus does is whenever you release the bail handle, first it kills the spark to the engine, so it shuts the engine down, and then there's a brake pad, much like a car, that is spring loaded upwards, and it contacts the bottom of the flywheel under here, which will stop the mower within 3 seconds. After we are done putting the new brake in, we will test it with a stopwatch to make sure it complies with the 3-second rule. The first step to replacing the pad, you see this piece of plastic here? There's 2 tabs on each side that stick out. We need to squeeze those in with pliers and pull that out. I'll get the camera set up on the tripod so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I have the camera set up. What I'm going to do is squeeze these tabs in with a pair of pliers. Sometimes it helps if you actually pull the spring back with your hand and get in there. There we go, I have it pulled through. Then you'll notice there's a little slot right in front here where you're just going to pull the cable through like that. And at the end there's this ball here and there's a little hole at the top. We just slide this ball out. Now our cable is completely disconnected from the brake pad, and all that we have to do is remove this one bolt here and the whole brake pad will come out. So I'm just going to take out this bolt here. Once we remove the bolt, the brake pad will just slide out like that. So here's my brake pad right here, or my brake mounting bracket. There is no brake pad. The brake pad's supposed to be right there. It completely fell off. I think it's like a press fit on and then it's glued on. You can see there's that little metal knurl like that. Now we're going to install the new brake pad. Here's my new brake pad here. I think the part number is 2396. Now if you're thinking this actually is not a brand new brake pad. This is actually a very slightly used brake pad with very, very low hours on it. A new brake pad cost about like $45 and I got this one for $15. I figured, hey, what the heck, if it gets me 3 years, it's better, it's worth it. And it's in very good condition. I mean, the brake pad shows lots of hours on it. So now we just line it up there, and we will run the bolt through. Okay, so you just put your brake pad up into the hole and thread the bolt in. It's easiest if you do it by hand, just to get it started first. You need to make sure it's completely lined up. There's actually like a little hole in the bolt that it has to be lined up to. Like that, so it pivots. Just line everything up. You can see just with the hand tightened, it spins nicely. Now the torque setting for this is 90 inch-pounds, and I am going to be using a torque wrench today to accomplish that. There we go. That is all tightened down now. And if you don't have a torque wrench, it got tight, and I just went a little bit more. Now we're going to take our cable. We're going to stick the barrel into the end of the brake cable. We're going to compress the spring and stick the wire through that horizontal slot. Then push the spring over the hole, and then just push the cable through just like that. You can see it's completely compressed. The brake pad is all the way up, and watch whenever I squeeze the bail. You can see everything's working smoothly. In case any of you are wondering, if you watched how to fix a DuraForce that won't shut off, the link will be right up there. And if you did that fix, mine is still working greatly. You can see my pieces of metal back there. The engine always shuts off now. Now what we're going to do is put the shroud back on. To put the shroud back on, just take off your gas cap, line the shroud up, have your primer line go through the hole where it's supposed to, just like that. It situates on there like that. I'm just going to put my gas cap back on, take your primer, shove the hose on, then you'll see there's little slots. You just snap it in place like that. Now we're going to take our 3 screws and just put them in the hole. You don't want to over tighten these screws because they just go right into plastic and you could risk stripping them out. Just like that. Now that our brake is put on, I'm going to start the engine up and make sure everything's working properly, and then I'm going to release the bail, and then if everything works properly, I'm going to start it back up and get a stopwatch and make sure the engine shuts off within 3 seconds. You can see that shut off very nicely. Actually, I feel like it works better than my old brake pad even did. And I think my old brake pad had even more pad. Now I'm going to get my stopwatch and see how fast it actually is shutting off. I'm in the back of the mower here, and I have the stopwatch set up on the iPhone. I'm going to start up the mower, hold the stopwatch in this hand, then I'm going to release the bail. Also, I forgot to mention, right whenever I release the baler, I'm going to hit start on the stopwatch, and it should shut off within 3 seconds, or be right on 3 seconds. If it's any longer, something is still not right, and you're going to need probably a new brake pad if you got a used one like me, or your spring could be broken or not strong enough. Let's see what happens. There we go, 1.68 seconds. That is really good for this used brake. I thought we were going to be more like 2.5. But the old mower is still working good. Well everyone, that concludes the video. Thanks for watching, and if you try this or do this at home, please leave a comment down below and saying how it was. And in a few weeks I'm going to have out a really cool video coming. I've been working on a project all summer. It's not lawnmower related, but it's going to be a pretty cool video that's going to come on to the channel. Just again, thanks for watching, and I would like if you would please subscribe and give me a like. That just helps more people see the video. Have a great day.